Who was the smallest tribe of those who were direct sons of Jacob as counted in Numbers 1? This is the question that we seek to answer today as we continue our verse-by-verse study of the book of Numbers on Walking Through the Bible.
The glory of his cross.
If you have a Bible with you, turn to Numbers chapter 1. We're going to be reading from verses 28 to 39. If you don't have a Bible, don't worry. Just follow along with us on the screen. The version that we'll be reading from is the New King James Version. So, Numbers chapter 1, beginning of verse 28. From the children of Issachar, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Issachar were 54,400. From the children of Zebulun, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Zebulun were 57,400. From the sons of Joseph, the children of Ephraim, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Ephraim were 40,500. From the children of Manasseh, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Manasseh were 32,200. From the children of Benjamin, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Benjamin were 35,400. From the children of Dan, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Dan were 62,700. In this chapter, we've been covering the census of Israel. This census was not of every man, woman, and child. It was only of those who were 20 years of age and older who were able to go to war. It is that point that we need to remember. God was not being sexist here or saying that women were unimportant. He was wanting Moses and Aaron to count the number of men who would be able to act as soldiers when Israel was in battle. That would also be evident through the exclusion of Levi from this census. In our last lesson, we covered the census of Reuben, Simeon, Gad, and Judah. We noted that Judah was the largest tribe, despite Reuben being the oldest son, whom you might have thought God would have blessed with more children. However, Reuben slept with Jacob's concubine Bilhah, so his birthright was stripped from him, and thus God did not bless him as much. Reuben, however, would not be the smallest tribe, so he wasn't completely dispossessed. Coming now to verse 28, we have the tribe of Issachar being numbered. The census from Issachar would be reported by Nathanael, the son of Zuar, according to Numbers 1 verse 8, and he stated that there were 54,400 men over the age of 20 able to go to war. Zebulun would be next, whose numbers would be reported by Eliab, the son of Helon, according to Numbers 1 verse 9. Eliab stated that there were 57,400 men over the age of 20 able to go to war. Which brings us to the tribe of Joseph. Now, if you look at maps of the Promised Land, nowhere will you find the tribe of Joseph listed. That's because if you recall back to Genesis 48 verses 3 to 6, we read, "Then Jacob said to Joseph, God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me and said to me, Behold, I will make you fruitful and multiply you, and I will make of you a multitude of people, and give this land to your descendants after you as an everlasting possession. And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were born to you in the land of Egypt before I came to you in Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. Your offspring, whom you beget after them, shall be called yours. They will be called by the names of their brothers in their inheritance." The extra portion of an inheritance was supposed to go to the firstborn. Reuben lost that, and it was bestowed on Joseph, whose two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, would be named among their brethren. So when you look on a map of the tribal allotments in Israel, you don't see Joseph, you see Ephraim and Manasseh. Ephraim was the youngest of the two sons, but was blessed by Jacob as if he was the oldest, so he is listed first. Elishama, the son of Ammiad, was selected according to Numbers chapter 1, verse 10 to report Ephraim's numbers. He stated that those over the age of 20 that could go to war were 40,500. From Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur, was appointed to number their numbers and stated that there were 32,200 men over the age of 20 who were able to go to war. So when you add up the entirety of Joseph's numbers, you find that they are only slightly less than that of Judah, the tribe that would be the kingly tribe in Israel. Next we come to Benjamin. Abidan, the son of Gidoni, was selected, according to Numbers 1, verse 11, to report their numbers, and he stated that there were 35,400 men over the age of 20 able to go to war. This represented the smallest tribe who is numbered here in chapter 1 from those who were direct sons of Jacob. Manasseh was the smallest in total number, but when counted with Ephraim, the total number of Joseph, the direct son of Jacob, was higher. This would make sense, for listen to what Saul would say to Samuel in 1 Samuel 9, verse 21, just before he was anointed king. And Saul answered and said, Am I not a Benjamite of the smallest of the tribes of Israel, and my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Why then do you speak like this to me? God selected Saul from this tribe despite it being the smallest, showing us that God is not a respecter of persons or numbers. And finally, for today's reading, we come to Dan. According to Numbers 1, verse 12, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai, was selected to report the numbers, and he stated that there were 62,700 men over the age of 20 able to go to war, making the tribe of Dan the second largest tribe in Israel. We will see this tribe in action, the Lord willing, during our study of the book of Judges. With that, our time is up for today. Lord willing, we hope you'll join us for tomorrow's discussion of Numbers chapter 1, verses 40 to 46, as we continue our walk through the Bible, one verse at a time. Thank you for watching today's episode. We hope that you found it edifying and ask that you not only subscribe to our channel and podcast, but that you like and share this episode among your friends, so that the saving gospel of Jesus Christ can go out to the whole world.